Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. Today I'm going to show you how you can look at your Bazi chart and identify what it is that makes you irresistible and attractive. Now, this is particularly geared towards all the ladies who are watching. Who knows, maybe down the road I'm going to do a video on how to do a similar thing for men, but today we're just addressing the women who are watching. So, what is it that makes you irresistible? What is it that you need to cultivate in your life that makes you attractive to men? It's all hidden in your Bazi chart, and all you need to do is plot your Bazi chart. Now, go to this link here. I'll also plot the link in the description to the video and key in your birth details. You don't need to know the time of birth for this particular analysis, just date of birth is fine. And then you will end up with a Bazi chart like this. Now, what we are focusing on here is specifically this part here, the day pillar. Yeah, so we're only looking at this. And what is most important is this character here. In fact, all that's needed are these two letters. IR here in this case stands for indirect resource. So what you need to do is identify the main qi. This is what is called the main qi. Now, in your day pillar, you will have three boxes. The top one is the stem, then the middle one is the branch, and then you have the hidden stems. And in this hidden stem box, identify the center character. So if you only have one, like in this particular case, then this is the one you look at. If you have three, for example, like here we have three, you look at the center one. And if you have two, then you look at the one that's on the left. It's written slightly in bigger font than the others. So this is what you look at in your day pillar, this particular main qi. And you check what letters you have here. That's what we call the 10 gods. And depending on which kind of 10 god you have there you will have to do a different activity, or you will have to activate different things in your life in order to become irresistible. And this main qi essentially tells you about the qualities that attract a man to you in the first place. You need to keep this alive even throughout the relationship, because this is what the guy was attracted to from the get-go. And if you sort of give up that quality throughout the relationship, then you basically give up the one aspect that your spouse or your boyfriend or your partner really drew you to you. So make sure that you keep this alive. Now, what is it that you actually need to do? So check again what kind of letters you have there, what kind of 10 gods you have there. If you have HO or EG, that's hurting officer or eating god, then this is called an output element. And what you need to do is really, really appreciate yourself. Really start loving yourself. Genuinely enjoy your own company and be happy with who you are. Be happy with yourself. Don't always criticize the look of your nose, or, oh my God, I'm too fat and whatever. Don't do any of that. Yeah, you need to come across as someone who is just genuinely happy with who they are. If a man sees this, they will try even harder to impress you, because they know, or they realize, they see that you don't really need them. You're happy all by yourself. And so they will do whatever it takes to make sure that you pay attention to them. You will not come across as needy, because you seem like you don't need anybody else but yourself. So if the man feels that he can contribute to your happiness, you need to first show him that you actually don't need him to be happy. So learn to love yourself, learn to appreciate yourself the way you are, and also just your own company. Yeah, a lot of girls, they just they're only happy in a relationship when the guy is actually there. And the moment the guy is not around, they feel like, oh my God, what should I even do? I don't have anything to do. I don't have anybody else to look after. You need to look after yourself. Be happy with yourself and love yourself. That's the key. All right. Now, if you have direct wealth or indirect wealth, so that's DW or IW, then you need to show a guy that you can take control of a situation or relationship, or that you are essentially in control of your own life. Yeah, you don't need him to provide for you. You are perfectly fine, perfectly independent, and you are in control of your own life. And if you can show him that, then again, he's not, he won't see you as a needy person. Yeah, never. If you have this in your in your day pillar, never become a full-time housewife. Yeah, you always need to have something that gives you an earning power or some sort of financial power in the relationship. Make sure that the man understands that you are financially independent and that you don't need him financially. Yeah, that you're perfectly fine all by yourself. And that will make you very, very attractive to the guy. Now, if you have DO or 7 killings, so DO or 7K, direct officer is DO, then you need to have a healthy hobby. So whether that is sports or just generally otherwise a hobby, doesn't really matter that much. Ideally, though, it is something that is physical. So you need to carry yourself very, very confidently physically. So this is very important. People who have direct office or 7 killings in that spouse palace are people who are extremely physical, and they're taking care of their bodies usually. They also they like touch a lot. They're usually very sexual, and if you're not comfortable in your body, then you usually or very often also are a little bit afraid of any sort of like physical contact. So it's very important that if you have either direct officer or 7 killings in that main T, that you create a healthy hobby or a healthy habit. Yeah, take care of yourself physically, not just mentally and emotionally. That's more on the hurting officer and eating God side. DO and 7 killings has to do with your physical with your physical comfort. Yeah, it's got nothing to do with just looking sexy and dressing sexy. You need to have body confidence. That's what's important. Yeah, this body confidence, it doesn't matter even whether you're overweight or not, as long as you have body confidence, and if you do something healthy for yourself, that will make you seem very, very attractive to a guy. Now, if you have IR or DR in the main C, so that's indirect resource or direct resource, then you need to develop a common interest. Yeah, have a common journey or a common passion or something that you can do together. Like you have to have something that you also bring into the relationship. Don't just settle and do whatever the guy wants. You need to drag him into your interests as well. Yeah, you need to share something in common so that you never really run out of things to talk about. Indirect resource and direct resource people, they very often they're very keen on learning and knowing more about another person. And so it's very important for these people to find that also in a partner, and to have something in common that you can talk about. If you run out of conversational topics, it's usually game over, especially if you sit on an IR or DR in your spouse palace. And then lastly, if your main T is friend or rob wealth, F or RW, then you need to maintain your own social circle independently of your boyfriend or your spouse. A lot of times, once we get in a relationship, we just have one social circle and just all mixed together. But it's really important that your partner sees that you don't need him, you don't need his social circle. You actually have your own thing going on. You have your own social network that you can draw power from and strength from, and that supports you. So you need to keep maintaining that and don't give that up. Very often we give up our friends when we get into a relationship, or we spend less and less time with them. But this is a mistake, especially if you have this one of these two elements in your spouse palace main C. Yeah, so you cannot seem needy and just attached to the guy all the time. The guy needs to see that you have your own friends and that you have your own network that you can fall back on. All right. So have a look at what this is for you and make sure that you activate these qualities no matter whether you're single or in a relationship. And this will then ensure that you seem to be more attractive to guys than if you just follow whatever they want from you. All right. I hope this helped. If you do have any questions, any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Always happy to hear from you. And you'd really help me out if you subscribe to my channel, if you liked the video, and if you shared it with anybody who may be interested in it. All right, see you guys soon. Take care.